Hello friends, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel if you're enjoying the instruction that I'm giving you. So welcome to Practice Hack Series episode 5, and today we'll be discussing intonation. So intonation is arguably one of the most important things to practice and to master when you are an instrumentalist. I guess besides a pianist. Intonation can be especially difficult on the violin because you don't really have any physical markers of where your fingers need to go. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you how to best practice for intonation. So the first thing that you have to be doing to develop your intonation is listening. You definitely want to be listening to the piece that you're playing, but it's also helpful just to listen to other classical music. When you're listening, you are developing your ear. Your ear needs to be able to tell if you're in tune or not, right? And as you get better and better, your ear is going to get better and better, and the margin of error in your intonation will get smaller and smaller. So I can't stress this enough, you have to be listening to develop your intonation. The next thing that you can do to practice your intonation is to play with a tuner. This is especially good for beginner violinists that do not have such a developed ear yet. So you can simply place your tuner on your stand while you are playing and play a passage very slowly and make sure that the light turns green on every note. I definitely do recommend having a physical tuner / metronome. I feel like the ones on the apps aren't always like completely accurate, and maybe this is just me personally, but if I'm on an app and I'm on my phone, I'm more likely to get distracted. So I'll leave a tuner metronome down in the description box below. I've literally had mine for, I literally don't know how many years. I dropped it and it's fine. It's a great investment. The next thing that you can do to practice your intonation is to practice with a drum. This is a little bit more of an advanced technique because you do have to have your ear developed. You have to be able to tell when you're in tune with the drum or not. If you're not sure what practicing with a drum is, I will show you. So say I was playing a piece in the key of A major. I would make my tuner play out an A, and then I would tune every note to that A. The notes that you want to be really listening for at first are all the A's, because you can really tell if it's in tune or not, and the E and the D, so the 4th and the 5th scale degree, those are all perfect intervals, and when they're really in tune, they should sound like almost one note. So my drum is playing an A. The strings out of tune. So that's how you practice with a drum. Again, it is a little bit more advanced because you have to have that developed ear, but at the same time, you need to start practicing with the drone even if you're not completely sure, because by practicing with the drone, you'll get better at it and your ear will get better as well. The next thing that you can do to practice your intonation is to check with your open strings. So every time you play either a G, D, A, or E, you can check that pitch with the open string, and obviously they should sound the same. The next thing that you can do is practice in double stops. So say I was playing just that A major scale passage that I played earlier, I could practice it like this. I can check with my open string there because that's a perfect 4th. That's a 3rd, and I can check with my open string here. G sharp. But so that probably works better if it's not just a scale. But if you have a passage where you're having trouble with intonations and maybe say there's a lot of string crossings, that would be a good opportunity to practice in double stops. It also helps you keep your fingers down as much as possible. The next thing that you can do is practice with a recording. So say your teacher sent you a recording of themselves playing the piece. I do this for my students all the time. You can play along with that recording and you can really hear if you're in tune or not, because theoretically, you and your teacher should sound the same, right? And I know it's sometimes hard to hear when things are fast, so preferably try that with a slowed down version of your piece. No matter what, you need to incorporate intonation practice in every single practice session. I know when I was younger, I was always told my intonation wasn't good, and so I spent a lot of time working on it, and thankfully it got a lot better. But to be quite honest, if you're not in tune, it's not going to be enjoyable to listen to. So I can't stress how important intonation is. I'm sure you already know that. Hopefully this video gave you plenty of ideas on how you can practice your intonation. And remember, it's a lifelong journey. You're going to be still working on intonation 20 years from now. It's just the margin of error is going to be so much smaller. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. And thank you so much for watching.